Alright, another one today. This is equal distribution of all goods in a free world. Right, how's this start? Well, so right, when it comes down to who gets what of all the goods, when you think about it, like all the bling heads are going to be chasing on the day of freedom, all going to go down to all the jewelers, right? They're going to go down to all the car showrooms of all the flashy motors of BMW and Jaguar and Rolls Royce. I want to get them for free, right? Who gets these things, and how much are the car companies and all the jewelers willing to give out for free, you see, in a free world? And it's one of these questions to sort of tackle and think about, like who gets this in the distribution of freedom. The way I see it, I mean, because it's their own thing, then they're going to have to choose who gets what. But then to be like, well, is it the workers that make all these things get the right ownership of these things? Like, um, it's the first sort of like, dibs on everything. It seems they did make them. You'd think that'd be right, wouldn't you? But then when everything goes out in the mass production for everyone else as public, if they're still to be made for public, this brings it all into question. How much do these people really want to make all these things? There's no profit to be making the money anymore. So how much of these things really want to be made? You see? Is it then the love of people making jewellery has got to come forward as a calling or something that they've got a real interest for, so much as the people that love making cars on the production line? So then when they have the first dibs of all the things being made and produced, and when it goes out to public, then how do we go about getting these things for free? Then would it be the only way would be sort of like prize draws and lotteries, as the only fair way you could really do it? Because it's the same thing in a monetary system of amount of people that can really afford all the really expensive jewellery and really expensive cars in the lottery of life of money to become who becomes financially successful, right? To own these things. So it might as well just be in the free world, the same sort of luck of the draw in the sense of who actually gets these things by a prize draw. The same with when it comes to events or tickets for festivals, you know, 3-day festivals and stuff, you've got 200,000 people going to them. Well, in the monetary system, it goes, well, there's more than 200,000 people all trying to make a connection on that day for them first hour or so when all them tickets are getting bought by those who are lucky enough to make the connection to the operators on the hour of the day, them hours of the day, So again, it comes down to the luck of the operators, who makes the connection to the operators, surely, right? So then, if you do make it with the events, would it be a fair thing to say, well, for the next 2 years, you and the 4 friends you've put down on the ticket that you want to get, they can't apply for another 2 years, say, to the same event, so everyone gets a fair share, at least trying. But then the equality of it, although you can still go to hundreds of others festivals in the country, and countries eventually in the free world of all the events that you can go, and because everything's free to other countries and counties of your own land, nothing's costing you to get there anymore in the travel and the accommodation as well, you see. So everything all's a plus, isn't it, really? It's not to understand, on the goods of everything as well, and the free admission attainment of things, is to understand that they have this kind of a yogic sense of everything's free, but don't be greedy in the sharing of the abundance. Take what you need when you need would be another thing we need to look at, in the fairity of everything, being fair in everything, such as, if you're one of the first countries to go free and you're still in the monetary world order still, you can't be getting all the goods for free from your country, then selling them abroad to other people that are still monetary to make some money still on the side in a free world that you're living in. You'd have to be some sort of special security tagging so they can't go into, they can't go into sharing. It's not sharing. Just they can't go into into other countries basically to be sort of like sold, online. You see what I mean? And distributed. And exported out, sort of trying to get at. So I mean, you can't sort of do that. You'd have to put some sort of special sort of security tag or something on all goods, so they can only stay in the country. So the country of all the goods provided that's in here is basically thrived amongst all the countrymen and women that are living here. See what I mean? That's the only way you can run things, and it'd be like an unlawful thing to do that could probably put you in imprisonment if you tried to. you know, or at least put a tag around your leg so you'll be working for free basically in some community service for those not doing it for free if you try to sort of like become a greedy. You know, it's this kind of thing you've got to kind of look at when you start tackling this and looking at a free world, how it really runs, you know, when you get past, the superficial gloss of like, oh, it's a free world, you know, when you get down to the nitty gritty of the bare bones of things, this is how it really going to be running, really, you know. You know, it's the same with like all the charities now. How many of them really will stand in the free world and they're not just really money making machines? They'll have them genuine bona fide charities that really will stand here as a charity. And they're the ones that are bona fide that really need to stay here as what they are as a cause will stay here in the free world. So a lot of the charity shops you see out on the streets now will become exchange shops of tomorrow for all the reusing of goods that people have had want to exchange to other goods, you know, whether that's online for things like free cycle that's already here, Spock, you know, example that become free distribution and free if it still stands here as example, to literally going down the shops and exchanging stuff, you know. And, you know, when things get better made, I mean, things will last longer in quality anyway. Eventually, when only the top brands of everything's being made, so all the cheap stuff is going to be gone anyway. You know, so this is a good thing how it works out that everything comes refined to a top quality of branding, so everything stays. You see, I mean, that basically remains what's worth keeping will stay and have a long shelf life for people to use themselves when they've had enough and then been reused by someone else. You know, which is going on now, you know, in other stuff anyway in the charity shops, but you're not paying for it for a charity anymore. It's all done for free because everything is free. You see, it's the beauty of the way, you know. You know, you wouldn't be able to sort of say just be selling these abroad is a big thing, not to how they're going to tackle that would be a major, you know, because there'll be a lot of people want to think they can live in a free world in a country and then where they're still monetary make money on the side. If you want to make money, then go travel freely to that country and still continue to work in the monetary system. Money is what you really need. I think would be the only way to really deal with it if that's what you really want to do, you know. That's all I've got to say on this one, really, you know. So yeah, I'll leave it there for now for this. But yeah, I'm just trying to sort of like tackle this situation of how a free world would thrive and run, you know, in the equal distribution of all goods in a free world. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now. Have a nice day, evening, wherever you are. Evening. See you later all.